that place that we call home, even though it's outside of our home. It's a place that we go to center ourselves, maybe just to get away from everything. It's not necessarily our home, but a place where we can literally refocus ourselves, center ourselves, get through the day, maybe begin a day that way, maybe end a day that way. But we all have that place that allows us to become better versions of ourselves. And sometimes it takes a while to find that. Sometimes places that were our home are not our home anymore, and we keep searching. Sometimes we see places that are other people's homes but will never be our homes, and we just keep searching. But eventually each one of us finds that place that we call home outside of our home. The place that lets us know that when we get there, everything is fine. Once we're done doing what we gotta do, everything's gonna be okay. You feel better, you're focused, you go back to life. For me, since I was 14 years old, that place has always been the gym. In my home, the Shop Gym, Ashburn, Virginia. Alright guys, we're here at the Shop Gym in Ashburn, and this is our home. This is the place that we come to train, to refocus, recenter. It's one of those things like when you walk through the door, it's like a switches flip, like you're ready to train. There are people in here that are getting after it. We got literally competitive powerlifters. They actually have powerlifting meets here. You hear the music blaring on the radio. Like they have hard metal, they have hard rap. Like it's not your average gym. I would say it's a hardcore gym, but it encompasses like bodybuilding, physique sports, powerlifting, CrossFit, which is behind us over here, athletic training, which we have a full-size turf in here. I mean, this place is home for us. And we're gonna walk you through here because there's some really cool machines that they have in here. They went way out of their way when they built this gym to put machines in here that like you're working from all these different angles and things that other gyms I haven't even seen in other gyms, but the collection that you see, like you maybe see these pieces of equipment, one here, one there in different gyms, but here it's all in one gym. So not only do you have this amazing equipment, you have the staff, the other people that are in here that are working out. I mean, literally when you walk through the door, it's like coming home. Like you see your other friends, it's other competitors that are in here getting ready for stuff. There's always somebody getting ready for something here. Either it's a powerlifting meet, a CrossFit competition, a bodybuilding competition. We have multiple pros here, including Jorge, my workout partner, bikini pros. I mean, there's multiple things going on here all the time, but it's the energy when you walk through the door. You walk through the door and you feel like you want to get after it, right? You feel like you want to train. Like even when I was in the parking lot, you get out of the car and you don't feel like you have one of those days. You walk through that door, immediately, like just the smell of the rubber and stuff from the mats, like it immediately flips that switch, and you're ready to go. So let's get through this workout. We're going to do shoulders and arms today, and I'm going to show you some of the different machines that they have here that we don't have at other gyms, and why it makes the Shop Gym the Virginia Mecca. Sky, what's up, Sky?
Hello.
How are you? Skylar Lanier, IFBB Bikini Pro. I was just telling everybody how many pros are here and how awesome this place is. Skylar's actually one of the owners. So Sky, we're so pumped. We're here. We're ready to train. Did you already train today?
No, I'm about to train legs.
Are you doing legs?
Oh yeah.
Shit. Oh, actually, maybe you could demonstrate that big ass machine for us. So I'm trying to highlight some of the machines. The big one over there. The one that everybody stands on. That like you gotta like climb up onto it. Like I've actually never seen that before.
Yeah, I can demonstrate it. I was like, which big one?
Yeah, there's like 10 big ones. There's like all these different ones. I had actually never seen this machine before when we came in.
One of our friends, actually, who are two IFBB pros, Xavier and Sarah Gaydon, and San Diego. I saw her story and I was like, what is that piece?
So you had never seen it before either?
No. There's some gym, I forget what the gym was called, but they had it and they were both using it and I told them to send me what the brand was. So
yeah, it's really cool.
That's where I got this from. So you can do this multiple ways.
So you just stand up in there?
This way as like a kickback. So like,
now are you pushing with your hands or is that just handles?
No, it's all glute.
It's all glute.
This is just support.
Okay.
Or you can switch it up
Push it through the side.
and do it from the side.
And how heavy do you have to put? Like, how much weight do you put on that?
For me,
Yeah.
maybe like a 45 on each side.
Okay.
Normally.
So you don't have to go too heavy with it.
No, no.
And what is this thing called? The True?
It is the True Fitness Glute Press.
Jeez. All right. Well, I'm not gonna try this because I don't want to hurt myself. Thank you, Sky.
You're very welcome.
Alright guys, second exercise, shoulder presses. Now, of course with my injuries I have to use certain machines and be very careful with what I do. So these Prime machines, which I had actually not seen the Prime machines until they had them here, but there was a brand, I think it was Strive, it was either Strive or Thrive, I believe it was Strive, that had 3 different points that you could put different tension on the machine. So this one, I put it down all the way down the bottom, as you can see over here. What it does is as gravity is being used, as you push this thing up, it starts out with the least amount of tension, and as you push it up, it increases the resistance as you push up. So it's almost like, to me, I'm sure that people are going to freak out and say that's not the same, Jerry, but to me it feels like band resistance. So for somebody with injuries, you start out in the most vulnerable position with the least amount of weight, and as you press, I mean, the cams work similar on the cable machine. This one feels nice and smooth. As you press, the tension starts to get more and more as you go towards the lockout. So it overloads it at the top of it. So for me, somebody like me, it's perfect for when you have injuries and stuff. So you just literally get in there, and it's independent, ISO independent, so you can use one handle or the other, like they're detached. It's literally such a smooth shoulder press. It's so nice. Something I've been trying to do now is getting full ranges of motion on everything. So there are some exercises that I do partial ranges of motion, full range, but also at the same time, trying to make sure that I feel like the stretch, I feel the contraction, not going too heavy, but overall just feeling like the smoothness of the movement. And these machines absolutely hands down. And they make like a bunch of different ones for shoulders, a bunch. We use the one for flat benching, which I can actually use that one. It doesn't bother my back. We'll show you guys, there's a row machine over there that we've been using too. Unbelievable. But Prime, if you guys haven't tried them, give them a shot. All right, so for like the last maybe I say 2 years, I get done away with all my straps, wraps, belt, all that stuff. I just feel like, you know, for me, if I'm using those lifting aids, it inspires me and it cranks me up. It gets me going. The next thing you know, I'm trying to lift too heavy, and I'm sustaining like little injuries and stuff that add up. Like, you know, they don't go away, they don't heal because I keep doing that stupid shit. So if I'm not using straps or wraps or a belt or, you know, whatever, then it kind of forces me to use weights that, you know, I can handle, plain and simple. And I'm like, if I'm not competing anymore, I don't really need to use those super heavy weights like that. So I'll reduce the injuries, but I need to be a little more functional too. So like, rather than strapping it with all that weight and being able to move the weight, I need to be able to hold the weight that I can move at the same time. So there's definitely some machines in here that are great for that, and I'm going to show you one in a second. But moving away from that stuff, my training had to take on a whole new different dimension. Because you're normally used to going up to a lot heavier than you are, but if you don't have the grip, then you can't handle the weights. That can be a big mind fuck, which has been something I've had to overcome, like making yourself calm the fuck down in the gym, right? You spend 30 years fucking amping yourself up, and all of a sudden now it's time to calm it the fuck down so you don't get hurt. I'll tell you what, getting old fucking sucks, guys. Just stay young, alright? Just fuck this old shit, it sucks. Alright, let's go bug Jason. Jason's one of the owners of the shop gym. He's fixing the machine, so let's get on his nerves for a little bit. Jason! I know you're deep in thought right now.
Yes.
And you're really got a lot of shit going on.
Yes.
Just wanted to say hi. What's up, man? What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. This is Jason. He's actually one of the owners of the shop.
What's up?
And this is all his brainchild. Everything that you see in here. And I was explaining to them about the equipment.
Started in a 2-car garage, and now we have this.
2-car garage, which is now they have 2 locations. They have Manassas and here. And this is our home. So this is the guy that put it together.
And talking about the equipment, try finding pieces for something that was 25, 30 years old.
Yeah, like Corian?
Yeah. Beautiful piece, awesome.
Yeah.
Don't see it at a lot of gyms, but Yeah. I finally found the pieces after about 2 weeks of
Somebody
hunting.
fabricate that for you, or they have it in stock?
Custom cable made, and then thankfully they still make the inside sleeves for it. We had custom cables. At this point, it's all custom shit.
Nice. So when people come here, they're like, "Oh, the machines are old." You don't understand. They have to bring some of these back from the dead. Like you can't buy the parts, so they fabricate it. Like they create new parts for them to be able to use these machines. And the reason why you're doing that is because not every machine is the same. Not every machine is what you want it to be, or has the the tension that you want, or the feel, or whatever. So there's such a big assortment of machines here, and a lot of them are very old. So when that maintenance has to come up on them, they can't find the pieces. They got to fabricate them all and have everything custom made.
And you can attest to this. A lot of the new stuff.
Yeah, I feel like the people that are putting together are not people that actually work out. It's like people that are just like, engineer and go, this makes sense.
Mass produce it.
And then you feel it, and you're like, I don't like this, I don't like that, and then just right, or whatever the case may be. But the older stuff, this is shit that we grew up on. Shit that we were training with back when we were 18, 19 years old.
I mean, this piece is probably
the Icarian stuff,
25, 30 years old. It's still home. No problems, no issue, other than the pulley broke and a cable. But we're good.
other than everything broke in it, everything's good. So. We'll lift you back to work, man. I'm going to bother you, brother. Thanks, man. All right, this is one of those machines I was talking about that since I've given up the straps and wraps and stuff like that, it really, really helps a lot. So this is the Prime row machine, which at first glance, it's just a row machine. But here's the rub right here. Look, the handles. The handles have those ergonomic mag handles. So when you have them in here, you don't have to use straps. Like it has something to push against here. So when you're rowing, you can, whatever feels more comfortable for you. If you want to do like an overhand row, because your bicep tendon's kind of in a bad position, you can pull here. If you want to do an underhand row, you can pull from here. You can do a neutral, you can do in between. It basically allows you to do whatever fits your body better, or whatever injuries you have. But like by able to grab these things like this and you push down on them, like you don't have to use straps. Like putting straps on these things actually just probably wouldn't work. Maybe you could use those, the other ones, what do you call it? What are the ones that you use?
Versagrips.
Versagrips. You can probably use the Versagrips, but otherwise, it's great to give you stability in your wrists and hand strength at the same time. And then the row is a little bit forward because you're pulling back. You get a great contraction in your back. You get a good stretch down the bottom. The machine itself adjusts so you can get closer or further away from more stretch or less stretch. You see it adjusts up and down. It's got pads to put your heels against or your shins against. So as you're rowing, I like to keep my legs back. I don't know, it's just how I stabilize myself. So you can actually stabilize by pushing against the pad too, because this thing's pulling you in. So if you push against the pad, it helps you stabilize too. So I just think there's a lot of different applications, especially for people that have injuries with these machines, that, part of the whole long game with this whole thing with bodybuilding is being able to train. If you can't train due to injuries or then you don't get to do what you love. You don't get to be centered. You don't get to have that time every day where you get to get in your own head and work through things and shit like that. So I just think these things are amazing. And like I said, other gyms that we were training, I didn't have them. They had all these other different ones, like the hydraulic one. What was that one? Lift? They call it lift or something like that?
I think
Hoist.
so. Hoist.
Hoist, yeah, it's called hoist.
Lift, hoist.
So they get hoist and all these like fancy machines and shit. And then I'm like, okay, those are cool, but like I don't feel much like a bodybuilder using them. Like the range of motion is fucking weird. The weight feels weird. It's like done with hydraulics and shit. Like you do a leg extension, the whole fucking machine moves like this with you in it. Like you gotta do a bench press, the fucking thing rises. Like it's almost like it's fucking weird. But you come here, ergonomically correct machines that will help you even with injuries. Like we're good to go. So I'm really glad they invested in these. And we have usually, I think every body part we have Prime for, as well as like hammer strength and Cybex and Life Fitness and everything else. But it's just an add-on. Like it's not like we have either or. We have these plus everything else here. So it's definitely a plus for people that have injuries and stuff like that. So I actually carry some dog cookies with me because part of the awesome part of this gym is Lily, little Miss Lily, and little Mr. Nico, and they know that I bring cookies, so they go crazy for him. You sit. Atta girl, good girl, good girl. Nico, sit. Show me sit. Atta boy, good boy, buddy. Good job. You guys did a good job. Yeah. Love you guys. So good to see you guys. All gone. No more. See? All done. Blackjack hands. All done. See? No more. I know, but you guys are so good. You're so good. All right, and that is our gym, the shop gym, which is our home now. And I'll be honest with you, it's been a long time since I've had a place
that reminded me of Gold's Gym in Somerset, Massachusetts, where I used to train as a teenager. But this is it. You know, you come in here, everybody knows everybody. When Jorge was training for the show, people that weren't training for shows were like supportive over him. They were helping us like during sets and stuff. They were like, yeah, one more. It was just like that real camaraderie that you're missing in a lot of gyms and stuff. And there's tons of competitors, so somebody's always competing. So you're here to give back that energy back to people that, you know, are competing and stuff. Like we got Brandon, who's heading to the USA's tomorrow. He leaves, right? He said he leaves in the morning. He's heading out to USA's. He got 5th at nationals in the heavyweight class, or maybe it was super heavies. I think it was heavies. And now he's heading out to USA's. So we got him doing that. You know, there's a couple different pros that are in the area that train here too. Overall, it's the vibe. You know what I mean? It's the vibe, it's the machines, it's everything all together. But I'm happy that we found it, and I'm happy that they put it together. So that's all for us. You guys chime in below. Let us know, what's your spot? Where is it at? And why do you like it? I'm Bios3, and I approve this message, and we're out.